WPEG Power 98, Charlotte's #1 for blazing hip hop and R&B. Yasmin Young, and you know I am a reality TV show junkie. And if you haven't had the opportunity to watch this show, I feel sorry for you. It's actually comes on Bravo. It is called The New Atlanta, and it's full of drama. I will say that, full of drama, and it's actually going to be the season finale tonight on Bravo, so you definitely don't want to miss that. If you've been watching it, of course, you don't want to miss it. And if you haven't been watching the show, tune in so you can kind of get an idea of what you have been missing. And my guest today is actually Alex, who is one of the troublemakers on the show. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I am wonderful. I was watching you all last night. I know Vaughn had the big event. There was a big fight and all of this madness going on, and you were kind of opening up a little bit to Vaughn about, your feelings for him and all of that. But before we get into that, tell me, how did you actually end up on the show, The New Atlanta on Bravo?
Actually, it's funny. Growing up, everyone used to always tell me as a little girl, Alex, you're a character. You should be on TV. And you know what? I thought about it, and they're right. I am a character. I'm a lot of fun. I'm spontaneous. I was like, this is for me. So when I heard they were doing a new show in Atlanta, I jumped right on it.
Okay. And you were talking last night during the relationship thing about being, ladies, get on your knees, be at home raising the kids, cooking, cleaning, doing all of that. And I know you have a desire to be the trophy wife and the homemaker. Talk about that.
Okay, let me first do a little bit of clarification. When I say a trophy wife, I do not mean, a young girl, pretty girl who doesn't want to do anything but sit on her butt and marry a rich husband. That is not what I mean. I'm actually trying to change the meaning of trophy wife. I would like for it to mean a dedicated housewife, a woman who's adored for her philanthropy, the fact that she's dedicated to her husband and her children. And, she might have some hobbies here and there. They might make some cash. But her number one dedication is her family.
Okay, and that sounds great, Alex. But we know that you just launched Generation Ecstasy. So how is that actually going to play into you being that trophy wife if you have a successful business?
That's one of my hobbies that happens to make money. It's just that when push comes to shove later on in life, if it comes between my business or my family is going to win 100% of the time.
And it's kind of weird to me, I guess, because I've never kind of gotten into the EDM rave lifestyle. How did you, as a African American woman, get into that scene and even want to get into the styling aspect of that?
Okay, ravers out there will totally understand what I'm about to say. This Counterpoint changed my life.
Counterpoint. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research on that one.
Yes, Counterpoint, Tomorrow World, all the music festivals. They've gotten a lot bigger out here in Atlanta, and I've been attending a lot of them. And I guess that's what kind of got me into it. I'm really addicted to the life of plur, which is the mantra of the EDM world, which means peace, love, unity, and respect. I was out at these festivals, and I've never seen so many people that are just out here having fun. No one's stealing, no one's fighting. It's pure fun. It's all about the music. And it just sucks me in. So the next thing you know, I'm like, I need to get in this any type of way. And my clothing line, Generation Ecstasy, is up right now. It's a rave line. You can go on the website as we speak. It's up and live. And I just decided, hey, I would love to figure out a way to get more into this culture.
Okay, and the pure mantra, I hear that, but on the show, now let's get into the, dirty aspect of that. We see that you and Africa are basically, have the same guy, which is Vaughn, in your eye. And you're both kind of trying to get with this guy, and he's a ladies' man. Clearly, he makes no secret of it. So where do you stand with that?
Well, I guess you can say, a lot of this just kind of began with, let me get at Africa and make her mad. I've known Vaughn for almost 4 years now. We have been great friends for a very long time. And, I just went ahead and decided, why not actually go after this guy? Let's take this friendship to another level. It's just, hey, the timing might be a little coincidental, but
girl, yeah, okay.
Very fond of Vaughn. That is my very good friend, and I love him to death.
Well, now let me ask you this, just being real, are you prepared for everything that comes with Vaughn, because Vaughn seems to be a handful. You know, in Africa, we see on the show that she thought she could handle him leaving with other women or seeing other women, and clearly she had a little bit of an emotional breakdown. Are you really, truly mentally and emotionally prepared to deal with this ladies' man?
Girl, that's the whole reason why Vaughn and I deserve each other. We play the same exact game. And that's why I sit there and say, like, Africa, just stop. You're a nice girl. You're a sweet girl. And Vaughn, he uses up nice girls and keeps it moving. He needs a bad girl. He needs someone to keep him on his P's and Q's. And I do that. That's the way our relationship has always been, even for the past 4 years. We love this game. We love the chase. So can I handle Vaughn? Please, I have been handling Vaughn.
All right, now. I would love to see this on season 2. And speaking of season 2, has this, you know, have you guys signed contracts? Where are you at? Are we going to see a season 2?
Yes, look out for a season 2. Be very excited. There's so much more to go on. You're going to watch this finale tonight, and you will know, like, okay, there's no way this is just about to end here.
Right. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about some of the charity work that you do, because we see the social side of you on the show and the raving side and the love side, but not as much of the charity side.
Well, actually, since I was 7 years old, I was raised in a family of missionaries. So I've been a missionary since I was 7. I've been to about 16 countries in my life. I recently just came back from Haiti in August. I was out there for about a week. Just pretty much going out and giving free medical care and, you know, to the indigenous, to the people who are, you know, I mean, in extreme poverty.
Right.
So that is something that's always really, really interests me. I love helping people. I've been doing it since I was a little girl. It's like second nature to me. You know, I've also, you know, taught Sunday school for 3 years. I constantly am just in the community trying to do as much volunteer work as possible. So those are just all random things, you know, throughout. If I hear of something, I just try to go. So, yes, I mean, that is something that I choose to use all my time doing these days, is really just trying to give back, because I have been so blessed in everything that I have.
And I'm not going to lie to you, Alex. In watching the show, I said, she's a Sunday school teacher? I said, wait a minute, I can't be reading that right. How do you balance that, you know, being on a show like The New Atlanta and living that lifestyle, and then being a Sunday school teacher and doing the missionary work?
Well, first of all, my children are in preschool. They're not watching the show.
Yeah, hopefully, because you know parents these days.
And, two, it's just that the people who do know me very well understand that the show has also had some, you know, this isn't all me. This deals with networks, and you only have 45 minutes to show certain things. And they know that that is just not defines me as a person.
Right. It's a part of you, but it's not all you.
It's a part of me, but no, I'm an awesome Sunday school teacher. My children are amazing, love me.
Well, Alex, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Looking forward to the season finale tonight and season 2. You guys have kind of gotten me hooked into the show, The New Atlanta. Give out all of your social media contact. I know you got the website where people can actually log on and check out your gear. So give everything out.
Okay, so you can find all the rave gear at Generation Ecstasy. It's ECSTACY.com. Make sure you check the spelling. Also, you can go to alexandradilworth.com if you just kind of want to read up on me and learn more about myself. And you can follow me on social media, Twitter at DaRealDeal, DaRealdil. And you can follow me on Instagram at Goldie_Glocks with 2 S.
All right. Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I'm Yasmin Young right here on WPEG Power 98.